You like, could you sense when you were making distance? When you were breaking your competition?
Yeah, it's usually in high school. I usually surge from like the 500 right after that when that 500 mark hit and that backstretch, because I watched David Rudisha's world record video, world record in London, and I'd watch that all the time, and I just noticed he made like the gap from 500, from that 500 to 600 mark. 'Cause his stride is just so long. I try to like almost mimic it because he just pushes off and he just like spreads away from the pack at that point, and he holds it the last 200 meters. So I think that surge is where I always try to make it.
So I interviewed David Rudisha. I've interviewed him about 10 times.
Really?
And I asked him one of the things he does, and he watches a video all the time. He goes back and looks at all the athletes. But he's a real student of the sport. That's a good thing that you, and he's a wonderful athlete. So tell us about your senior year in high school. How fast did you run? What was your favorite race that year?
Senior year. That was only 2 years ago. I feel like I keep thinking it's like 5 years ago, but I'm only 19 years old. Like I was in high school a year and a half ago. My senior year of high school, I feel like at that point, because going into my senior year, I was ranked first 800 meters in the country. So I was just trying to have fun at that point. I was just trying to just win meets. I don't really care if I had to go 205 or if I had to go 154. It didn't make a difference. So I would just run just to win. But my senior year, my favorite race was Brooks PR out in Seattle, because that's where they like flew me to go out there. And I just thought that was like the craziest thing, that they flew like students to like high schoolers to go out there and like run for Brooks. So that was very fun to me. And I got to meet my idol at the time, or one of my idols in running. It was Nick Simmons. He was out there, so that was really cool. I got to shake his hand. I got to run with him a little bit. But just my senior year was just all about having fun, really. You know, because I knew that was my last year with the team I've been with for the past 4 years. So I was just trying to have fun. And that was the first year, actually, because my team would always go to New Balance Nationals outdoor in North Carolina. So my senior year, I made the decision. I was like, I kind of just want to try my own thing this year. I want to go to Brooks. So I told them I wanted to go to Brooks, and they were always supportive. And then once I ran at 147, they were really happy I went to Brooks.
When did you colleges? Was that during your junior year, or was that during your senior year?
Yeah, that's a funny story, actually. So my sophomore year, it was my sophomore year, actually. No, it was my junior year. Okay, scratch that. It was my junior year. So my junior year in high school, I took not an official visit, just a visit to the college at Central Michigan. You guys might not even heard of it. Central Michigan, Chippewas. And I went and talked to the track coach, and the track coach was like, if you come here, like we want you to come here, like we'll give you a scholarship to come here. So I was like, that's awesome. I'm going to go to Central Michigan. Like I can stay away like an hour and a half away from like my friends and all that. Like I'm going to go to this school. But then by the time I was done with my junior year, my coach was like, you're not going to Central Michigan. I was like, I want to go to Central Michigan. Like I just wanted to do as much as I could just to go to Central Michigan, because that's all I knew at the time.
Yeah.
You know, I just thought that Central Michigan was just where I was going to be for that entire year, and I was just training to kind of like get a good spot on their team. But then I ran my high school state meet, and I went 150 at the time. And my coach is like, you got to go to New Balance Nationals. I was like, what do you mean I got to go? I don't want to run anymore. Like, I'm tired. Like, I've been training like the past like 3 months. I'm tired. I just want to go to sleep. I want to go to Central Michigan. He's like, you're not going to Central Michigan for like the 10th time. Like, he kept telling me that you're not going to Central Michigan. And so we went back and forth at it. And then he finally got me to get on a bus we took this like charter bus to New Balance Nationals outdoor. And I was like, fine, but if I'm going, I got to drag like 4 other people to go with me. So we ran an SMR there too. And my friends were kind of mad at me because I don't know if they really wanted to go, but I forced them to go to run an SMR. And we ended up actually getting 3rd in the SMR, but we got disqualified. So it was just, everything was going bad. And then I ran the 800, and I was just like, I was kind of mad at the day before. I wasn't really thinking about the race. I was like, I didn't want to be here right now. I should be an All-American, but they disqualified us. So I was just on the line, and the gun went off, and I was just chilling in the back at New Balance National. I was just chilling. And we came through in like 54 or 53 or something like that. And I was probably in 7th or 8th place, like just dead last. And I was like, wait, if I run like a certain time, like I can get All-American, because they had heats before us. So I was like, I have to run a certain time to get All-American. So I remember I was just like, oh, if I pass this guy, I can get All-American. If I pass this guy, I can get All-American. So I kept passing people one by one. In the final 100 meters, I was like, there's no one else to pass. So like the last 100 meters, I just sprinted, and I ended up winning. And they were just really happy for me. And my coach was kind of just like, I told you so. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm not going to Central Michigan anymore. Texas A&M. So I took 4 visits. I took one to Michigan University. I took one to Wisconsin. I took one to Louisiana State, LSU, and I took one to Texas. And after visiting Michigan and Wisconsin, I was like, excuse me. After visiting Michigan and Wisconsin, I was like, I don't want to stay in the cold. I don't know why I even visited like those schools. I don't like the cold. So I visited LSU, and like I just loved it there. Like the campus was nice, the athletes were cool, the coach was cool. But my mom was like, don't commit yet, just take a visit to one more SEC school. But at the time, like no other SEC school like, wanted me. I contacted Florida, they were just like, go away. And I contacted USC, they were just go away. And I contacted Texas A&M and Coach Francisque there, I emailed him, and I emailed him at like 10 o'clock at night, so it was like 9 o'clock there. And I got a phone call like 3 minutes later, and it was like, hello? Because he's Grenadian, so he talks like, hello? He's like, is this Donavan? I was like, yeah, this is Donavan. He's like, Donavan, man, I just got your email. I was like, oh, cool. And he's like, we want you to come down on a visit. So I took my visit there, and I had to meet him face to face because I could not understand the man over the phone at all. So I took my visit there, and I tried just comparing everything to LSU, and I just liked A&M kind of a lot just because the campus was like really nice, it was really clean, it was kind of away from everything, so I decided to focus on track, and you know, the coach was cool too, and they had guys in the past running good. So I feel like I didn't really want to take like a risk going with a coach that really hasn't coached any athletes. But Coach Francisque had athletes in the past go like 146 and 147.
You know he's a world champion. I watched him do that in 2001. It's pretty impressive.
Really? Was that indoors?
It was outdoors in Edmonton.
He's a world champion outdoor.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was outdoor. I may be having a senior moment. I'll have to look it up.
Okay.
We'll correct that in the video. But
He always brags about indoor.
He did that. What was this, when you first went to work under Coach Francisque, what was the biggest change for you from high school?
Speed. It was all just, because I ran cross country and everything. Oh, and another reason I chose A&M is because he said you don't have to do cross country. In every other school I had to do cross country, and I was like, A&M, he's like, no, you're not going to have to do cross country. You don't have to do these like 10-mile runs. I was like, easy enough, like I'm going with you guys. I told him that before I even hopped on the plane back home. So that's why I did A&M, but that was kind of a lot different too because I wasn't racing 3 seasons out of the year. I just had to focus on indoor and outdoor, and I feel like that helped me a lot because you know I train with like where we warm up and everything. We're always around the 200 and 400 meter guys, so I kind of got my speed down. I feel like that's what really brought my time down is focusing on my speed more.
Would you work out with the 200 and 400 guys in terms of doing the workouts with them?
I probably did like 3 workouts with them last year. I didn't run with them every single day, but you know we warmed up together and we do our stretches and we like do our drills and everything together.
What's the typical college workout for you in the early season?
We usually stick to grass runs at A&M, and I mean our track at A&M is like it's not a good track. The outdoor track, I don't know if you've been there or the last time you've been there,
Yeah.
but it's like if it's hot out and it's like 90 degrees and you're running, like you'll probably get your shoes stuck in the track just because it's like just so squishy out there. But we just stick to like grass runs and stuff like that. We do like 95-second runs times 5 with like 3-minute break or something like that. And the pace is just kind of like how you feel. So if you have a guy that's like really wanting to be a hero that day, it's a really painful workout.
Do you think that long works really helped you out?
Like the 95-second runs and all that. Like, yeah, I mean, because essentially it's almost like repeat 550s. We do like 5 of them, so at the end of the day, it was like 3 miles worth of workout and stuff like that. So I think, yeah, like our mileage was still the same in high school, it was just more intense mileage.
Coach Francisque out there with you every day?
Mm-hmm.
So what's the conversations like at a workout?
I have to censor what I'm going to say.
So if you're not going as fast as he wants you to do, how would he tell you to go faster? Or will he tell you to go faster?
I'll tell you to go faster.
Can you say that without...
Without explicit, yeah. I just say, come on, buddy, you can go faster. Come on, buddy. Except it's not buddy, and it's not. Yeah, it's not.
And so what would he tell you about when he was running? Would he do the good old days kind of stuff?
No, he doesn't. He just he. I like it when he talks about himself because you know he talks about like how he was mentally into and stuff like that. He was really never scared of anybody. He really, I don't know. He's a very mentally strong guy.
He ran against some tough people.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like back in that day, like there was a lot of really good competition. And it's not even that like he ran the fastest time ever. It's just that he knew how to compete and he knew when to run fast.